the skies behind me, and I'll show you in front of me in a minute. It is going to bucket it down any minute. So I'm just trying to keep a little eye on where I might get shelter. A couple of trees over there, there's a hedge. Taski's playing with my glove. Task, come on. And we'll see how we get along. I found a couple of quite nice things already. But meanwhile, I'm going to be strategically plotting where I'm going to go when the heavens open. That's giving all the right sounds, isn't it? You dig those all day. And I've got a couple of bits anyway. It is a you don't even have to play with him, he plays with himself, if you know what I mean. That's just a brass stud by the look of it. Got a bit of design on it and a couple of points where it's obviously gone into something, some sort of leather and out again, probably horsey. But in the field next door, which is definitely quite medieval, I've got to go through it to get to this one, and on the way through, literally, I found a couple of really nice, interesting little things. A little buckle, and then I didn't know what that is, but it's certainly old. It's tiny, as you can see. It's not even the width of my finger. A couple of bits of lead, and you know your deus is working when you're finding tiny coins like this. Look, it's as big as the fingernail on my little finger, and I'm not very big. Oh gosh, what were they? How would you have dealt with currency so small? Last time I was here, I was bemoaning the fact that I hadn't found any jewellery. And fortunately, that's all changed. At roughly the same time as I was discussing Taski's contract with him, because we've been out here about an hour and a half, and apart from quite a lot of Roman copper and bronze coins, which is all very nice to finding, though that's now to be expected in this patch, I haven't found an awful lot until now. And I know what it is because I've seen it, but I haven't bought them out yet. And it is an absolutely cracking brooch. It looks to have its silvering on it, and it looks to be in really good nick, bar it's lost its pin, unsurprisingly, and I don't know what they're called, these ones, but I mean, wow, that's the icing on the cake as far as I'm concerned here. It's still got its catch and its silvering. I don't know what date it is, but that is absolutely gorgeous. But anyway, that is absolutely made my morning. Absolutely brilliant. And Taski, I'm going to extend your contract. Okay, well, while we're here, we'll have a look at some of these coins. A sort of coppery one, not much on that, but it might clean up. That one will have some detail on it, I think. That'll clean up. I'll photograph these later. That's the soldiers and a standard. Not much on that. I mean, as I said, these are coming up so frequently now that they're not quite as exciting as they were. This is a copper one, and actually that does have some quite good detail on it. I don't know who it is, but I should be able to find that out. It looks like Winged Victory on the reverse. And that, I don't know what that is, but that doesn't look Roman to me. That looks thin and copper. Two soldiers in a standard again. Getting a few of these. Now, I think that's got to be a button. It's not a coin. It has got, looks like a shank thing there, and there's an outside chance that that's a Celtic bronze potin of sorts, whatever they call them. But I don't think so. I think that's a shank. And I think that's probably a modernish design. But the Celtic bronze coins are slightly domed, aren't they? And that's it. Cool. You've caught me just digging the end of this. I thought I'd better set the camera up because it does sound nice. Out of the way. Just there. Just where Tasky is. Come on. Good boy. Stay, 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 stay. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. I think we're out. Well, this is almost impossible to film because the wind is so strong I can't keep the camera up. But if that was filmed, it was well worth it. I think it's a nice chunky Sestertius, and I haven't found one of those here yet. I don't think there's much on it. And it's very square shaped, rather rectangular shaped. That camera's going to go any minute. I can hardly stand up. Anyway, it definitely gave a lovely signal. And it's fairly... There might be something on it, but I can't make it out yet. But they're lovely and smooth, aren't they? And nice and heavy. Well, it's so lovely, but it's so windy that recording's become a complete joke. I simply can't keep the camera steady for any length of time. It just falls over. So I'm going to enjoy the sun for a minute and then gently walk home. And come out tomorrow and finish this off. And hopefully it'll be less windy and we can get some proper recording. Because from today's offerings, I found 15 or so small Roman coins, a couple of better larger ones, that lovely brooch. There's still stuff here and it's got to be done before it gets, well, I can probably have a go when it's drilled, but it'd be better to get it done now. So I'll come back tomorrow and hopefully conditions will be easier. It would be a shame not to get everything recorded. Right, it is blowing a complete hoolie. I'm sheltered by a hedge, so hopefully you can hear me. I don't think I'm going to record sound. Well, what I'll do is I will record sound, but I'll probably play some nice music. I'll probably play some nice music over the top of it, rather than subject you to horrendous wind. I do have a better tripod, so I don't think anything's going to blow over today. But I do want to show you a couple of things that we found yesterday, because I've now ID'd them and I think it's quite interesting. And at the same time to alert you to detectinghub.co.uk, which is a forum I'm part of, and it is an incredibly useful site. There are some members on it who know their onions from all sorts of things, from bag seals to coins, pottery, all sorts. They're an extremely friendly bunch as well as being knowledgeable. And I get a lot of information from there, as well as hopefully contribute a bit as well. So I will leave the details below in the description. Do look them up. Anyway, I put the brooch on yesterday, having cleaned it up, and it was ID'd as a Hod Hill type, which makes it 1st century AD, sort of conquest time, late 1st century AD. I'm absolutely thrilled with it. It is in such good condition. The Sestertius, I'm still not sure. It might be Commodus or someone like that. Beardy and curly haired. But that's a lot nicer than I thought it was. And one of the coins I found I'm absolutely thrilled with, because it's, I don't know which one it is, an A3 or 4 or 5, whatever, a little Roman 4th century bronze, but I very rarely find them in this condition. You can clearly see Constantine on it, org, and then Gloria Exercitus, to the glory of the army or whatever, on the other side. And then I've just found this, which is an uncommon find in English fields, not so much the French, but it's a Napoleon coin of sorts. Napoleon III, in quite good condition as well. I thought it was, going to be a George VI or whatever, but no, it's Napoleon. Very nice. Right, let's go and brave that wind, Toto. Come on. Well, I'm honestly not sure how much longer I can stick this out for. I've never detected a wind like it, and it's not really that much fun. He seems fine in it. Things just don't bother him. Anyway, we found a couple more bits and pieces. More little Roman coins. One Roman coin, which to me, I just thought, well, that's Georgian. It has to be. The shape and the feel and the width. And it's not at all. It's actually, it's a Roman, but I've no idea what it is. Probably a follis or a folis, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, but it felt very Georgian as it came out. I'm not sure what that is, because it might be part of a ring. Now that, I think, looks rather like a bit of the brooch I found yesterday. Might that have a bit of a spring in it? I don't know. Leave it. Drop, drop, drop. He started chewing coins. I don't know what this is. It seems to have a shank of sorts on one side, but it's very, very thick. That needs cleaning up. Maybe it's a button of sorts. Another little button, modern button, I would have thought, ish. And another little Roman. That's what we've found in these gale force winds. I'm behind the hedge, so you can't really tell from where I am right at the minute. But it's got to be very wet or incredibly windy or incredibly cold to stop me from detecting. And I don't think I can do much more. I think I'm going to call it a day. But we'll wait here for another 10 minutes, see if it blows through. It might do, because I can see some very dark weather up there. Gosh, this howling wind is making it really hard to concentrate. I think we have tried to stay out. I think this is going to be my final dig. You can't hear this, I don't have the sound in, but it sounds like a cartridge. See it. Cartridge. Sounded like a cartridge. And it is a cartridge. I haven't dug that many of these today, so I'm not too upset. Thank you very much for joining me. It might look lovely out here, but it's not. So, see you next time.